Our bloods obey the heavens. Our courtiers, the king. But what is the matter?
His daughter Imogen, whom he intended to marry his wife's sole son,
She, a widow that late he married,
hath referred herself unto a poor but worthy gentleman.
She's wedded. Her husband banished. She imprisoned.
All is outward sorrow. But I think the king be touched at very heart. And none but the king?
So is the queen, who most desired the match. But all the courtiers, although they wear their faces with the king, are glad at the thing they scowl at.
why so?
He that hath lost her is a thing too bad for bad report.
And he that hath her, I mean that married her and therefore banished,
So fair and outward, such stuff within endows no man but he.
You speak him far. What is his name and birth?
His father fought against the Romans with Cymbeline, and served with great glory and admired success. So gained the surname Leonatus.
He had 2 sons who in the wars of the time died with their swords in hand, for which their father such sorrow took that he quit being. And his lady, big of this gentleman, died too as he was born. King Cymbeline takes the babe to his protection,
Calls him posthumous Leonatus,
Breeds him?
puts to him learning,
which he took, as we do err, fast as 'twas ministered.
And lives at court most rarely praised.
Most loved.
and for his mistress, for whom he now is banished, her price proclaims how she esteems him, and what kind of man he is.
I honour him, but tell me, is he sole child to the king?
His only child.
He had 2 sons. The first at 3 years old.
In the swathing clothes the other, from their nursery, was stolen. No knowledge where they went.
How long is this ago?
Some 20 years.
I marvel that such princes should be so slackly guarded that could not trace them.
'Tis strange, yet is it true, friends. We must forbear. Here comes this posthumous, the queen and princess.
No! Be assured, you shall not find me, daughter, after the slander of most stepmothers, evil-eyed unto you. You are my prisoner, but your jailer shall deliver you the keys that lock up your restraint. For you, Posthumus, so soon as I can win the offended king, I will be known your advocate. Marry, yet the fire rages in him, and 'twere best you lent unto his sentence with what patience your wisdom may inform you.
Please, your highness, I will from hence today.
You know the peril. I'll fetch a turn about the garden, pitying the pangs of barred affections, yet the king hath charged you should not speak together.
Oh, dissembling courtesy! How fine this tyrant can tickle where she wounds!
My queen, my mistress, O lady, weep no more. I will remain the loyalest husband that did e'er plight troth. My residence in Rome, the one for Larius, who was my father's friend. There write, my queen, and with mine eyes I'll drink the words you send, though ink be made of gall.
Be brief, I pray you. If the king come, I shall incur displeasure. Yet I'll move him to walk this way. I do him wrong, and he pays dear for my offences.
Adieu.
Oh nay, stay a little. Well, this diamond was my mother's. Take it, heart, but keep it till you woo another wife, when Imogen is dead.
How, another? You gentle gods, remain thou here, while sense can keep it on. And sweetest, fairest, for my sake, wear this, a manacle of love.
Is this where he went?
Alack the king.
Thou basest thing, avoid! If, after this command, thou fraught the court with thy unworthiness, thou diest. Away! Thou'rt poison to my blood.
The gods protect you.
Ah.
I'm gone.
Oh,
Oh, thou disloyal thing, thou heapest age on me. Past grace, obedience.
Past hope and in despair.
Thou mightest have had the sole son of my queen.
Bless that I might not. I chose an eagle and did avoid a puttock.
You chose a beggar. Wouldst have made my throne a seat of baseness, oh thou vile one.
Sir, it is your fault that I have loved Posthumus. You bred him as my playfellow, and he is a man worth any woman. Overbuys me almost the sum he pays.
What art thou mad?
Almost, sir, heaven restore me. Would I were a shepherd's daughter, and my Leonatus our neighbour shepherd's son.
Oh, thou foolish thing. They were again together. Thou hast not done after our command. Away with her and pen her up.
Beseech your patience. You must give way. Sweet sovereign, leave us to ourselves.
Nay, let her languish. Die of this folly. Oh.
Here is your servant. How now, sir? What news?
Only that your son drew upon my master.
No harm is done, I trust.
Well, there may have been, but rather than my master played them for. They were parted by gentlemen at hand.
Oh, I am glad.
Oh, your son's my father's friend. He takes his part. To draw upon an exile. Oh, brave sir. Well, why came you from your master?
On his command, he wishes you to be employed.
Your faithful servant.
I humbly thank your highness.
I pray you, walk a while.
About some half hour hence, I pray you speak with me. You shall at least go see my lord aboard. But this time, leave me.
I shall, madam.
I want to become the queen.
Sir, I would advise you to shift a shirt. The violence of action hath made you weak. Where air comes out, air comes in. There's none abroad so wholesome as that you vent.
If my shirt were bloody, then to shift it. Have I hurt him?
Hurt him, his body's a thoroughfare for steel.
I would they had not come between us.
No, indeed, sir. Puppies.
The villain would not stand me.
I would they had not said till you had measured how long a fool you were upon the ground.
And that she should love this fellow and refuse me.
Sir, as I told you always, her beauty and her brain go not together. She's a good sign, but I've seen small reflection of her wit. She shines not upon fools, lest her reflection should hurt her.
Come, I'll to my chamber. Would there had been some hurt done?
Would it have been the fall of an ass, which is no great hurt.
Come on!
Pisanio, what news? What news of him? Oh, I would thou grewest unto the shores of the haven and questioned every sail. Oh, what was the last he spake to thee?
It was of his queen,
Then waved his handkerchief.
I'd kissed it too, madam.
Senseless linen, happier therein than I.
And for so long as he could make me distinguish him from others, he did keep the deck. With glove or hat or handkerchief, still waving, as so to express how slow his soul sailed, how swift the ship.
Oh, sir, thou shouldst have made him as little as a crow, or less ere left to after eye him.
So I did.
Oh, I would have broke mine eye strings, cracked them, for nay, followed him till he had melted from the smallness of a gnat to air, and then turned mine eye and wept. Oh, good Pisanio, I could not take my leave of him, but had such pretty things to say. Ere I could tell him that I would think on him at certain hours, such thoughts and such. Or I could make him to swear that the sheaves of Italy should not betray mine interest nor his honour. Or ere I could give him that parting kiss which I had set betwixt two charming words. Comes in my father, and like the tyrannous breathing of the north, shake all our buds from growing.
The Queen, madam, desires your highness company.
Those things I bid you do, get them dispatched.
I shall, madam.
I will attend the Queen.
Oh, yes.
Ladies,
Believe it, friends, I have seen him in Britain. He was then of a crescent note expected to prove worthy, but I could then have looked on him without the help of admiration.
You speak of him when he was less furnished than he is now.
I have seen him in France. There were very many there could behold the sun with eyes as firm as he.
This business of his marrying his king's daughter, wherein he must be weighed rather by her value than his own.
And then his banishment.
Aye, and this lamentable divorce. Under her colours is wonderfully to extend him. But how comes it he is to sojourn with you? How creeps acquaintance?
Oh, his father was a friend of mine, to whom I have been often bound. Well, here comes the Briton. But let him be entertained amongst you, as suits a stranger of his quality. I beseech you all, be better known to this gentleman, whom I commend as a noble friend of mine.
Sir, we have known together in Orleans.
Since when I have been debtor to you for courtesies.
Oh, sir, you o'errate my poor kindness, but I was glad I could atone my countrymen and you. It had been a pity to set to with so mortal a purpose upon so slight and trivial a matter.
By your pardon, sir, I was then young in my every action to be guided by others' experiences, but upon my mended judgment, if I offend not to say it is mended, my quarrel was not altogether slight.
Faith, yes, to bring it to the arbitrament of sword.
Can we, with manners, ask what was the difference?
Safely, I think. 'Twas rather like an argument that fell out last night, where each of us fell to praising our country mistresses. This gentleman at that time vouching his for fair, virtuous, wise, chaste, and less attemptable than any of our rarest ladies in France.
Well, this lady is not now living, or this gentleman's opinion by this worn out.
She holds her virtue still, and I my mind.
You cannot so far prefer her or ours of Italy.
Being provoked as I was in France, I would abate her nothing.
Oh, so fair and so good. Something too fair and too good for any lady in Britain. If she goes before many I have seen, as that diamond of yours outlusters many I have beheld, I cannot but believe she exceeds many. But then, I have not seen the most precious diamond, nor you the lady.
I praised her as I rated her, so do I my stone.
Now what do you esteem it at?
More than the world enjoys.
Well, either your unparagoned mistress is dead, or she's outprized by a trifle.
You are mistaken, sir. Trifles may be sold or given. My mistress is not a thing for sale, and only the gift of the gods.
Ooh, that the gods have given you!
Which by their graces I shall keep.
You may wear her in title yours. But you know, strange fowl light on neighbouring ponds. Your ring may be stolen too. So, the one is but frail and the other casual. A cunning thief, or an accomplished courtier could win both first and last.
Your Italy contains none so accomplished a courtier. Nothing doubt you have store of thieves. Notwithstanding, I fear not my ring.
Let us leave it, gentlemen.
With 5 times so much conversation, I could get ground of your fair mistress, make her go even to yield. Had I admittance and opportunity to friend?
No, no.
I dare pawn the moiety of my estate against your ring, which in my opinion all values it something, and I would dare that against any lady in the world.
Gentlemen, enough of this. It came in too suddenly. Let it die as it was born, and I pray you be better acquainted.
Would I had staked my estate and my neighbours too on what I have spoke.
What lady would you choose to assail?
Yours, whom you think stands so safe. I lay you 10,000 ducats to your ring, that commend me to the court where your lady is, and I will bring from thence that honour of hers that you imagine so reserved.
I will wage against your gold to it. My ring I hold dear as my finger, this part of it.
You are afraid, and therein the wiser. I would undergo what's spoken as well.
Will you? I shall but lend you my diamond till your return. Let there be covenants drawn betweens. My mistress exceeds in goodness the hugeness of your unworthy thinking. I dare you to this match. Here's my ring.
I will have it no lay.
My God, it is one. If I bring you no sufficient testimony that I have enjoyed the dearest bodily part of your mistress, then my 10,000 ducats is yours. If I come off and leave her in such honour as you have trusted, then she, your Jew, this, your Jew, and my gold are yours, provided I have your commendation for my more free entertainment.
Let us have articles betwixt us. Only thus far you shall answer. If you make your voyage upon her, and give me directly to understand you have prevailed, I am no further your enemy. She is not worth our debate. If she remain unseduced for the assault you have made, you shall answer me with your sword.
Your hand. Covenant. We shall have these things set down, then straight away for Britain. I will fetch my gold and have our 2 wagers set down.
Agreed.
Will this stand, think you?
Signor Iachimo will not from it. Pray, let us follow them.
Whilst yet the Jew's on ground, gather those flags. Make haste. Who has the note of them?
I, madam.
Dispatch. Now, Master Doctor, have you brought those drugs?
Aye, here they are, madam. But I beseech your grace, my conscience bids me ask, wherefore have you commanded of me those poisonous compounds, which are the movers of a languishing death, but though slow, deadly?
I wonder, Master Doctor, thou should ask me such a question. Have I not been thy pupil long? Hast thou not learnt me how to make perfumes, distill, preserve, yea, so that our great king himself doth woo me oft for my confections? I will try the forces of these thy compounds on such creatures as we think not worth the hanging, but none human, to try the vigour of them, and by them gather their several virtues and effects.
Your highness shall from this practice, but make hard your heart. Besides, the seeing these effects twill be both noisome and infectious.
Oh, content. Here comes a flattering rascal. Upon him will I first work. He's for his master, an enemy to my son. How now, Pisanio? Doctor, your service for this time is ended. Go your own way.
I do suspect you, madam, but you shall do no harm. I do not like her. She does think she has strange lingering poisons. I do know her spirit, and will not trust one of her malice with a drug of such damned nature. Though she will stupefy and dull the sense a while, which first, perchance, she'll prove on cats and dogs, but afterwards up higher. But there is no danger in what show of death it makes, mere locking up the spirits for a time, to be more fresh, reviving. She is fooled, and I the truer, so to be false with her.
No further service, Doctor, until I send.
I humbly take my leave.
Weeps she still, says thou? When thou shalt bring me word she loves my son, I'll tell thee then upon the instant thou art as great as is thy master. Greater, for his fortunes are at last gasp. Thou takest up thou knowest not what, but take it for thy labour. It is a thing I made, which hath the king 5 times redeemed from death. I do not know what is more cordial and earnest of a greater good than that I mean to do. Tell thy mistress how the case stands with her. Do it as from myself. Think what a chance thou hast to boot my son, who shall take notice of thee. I'll move the king to any shape of thy preferment, and myself am bound to load thy merit richly. Call my women. Think on my words.
A sly and constant knave, not to be shaped. Well, be agent for his master. Well, I have given him that which, if he take, shall quite unpeople her, and which she after, unless she bend her humour, shall taste of truth.
So, well done, well done. The violets, cowslips, and the primroses. Bear to my closet. Very well, Pisanio. Think my words, Pisanio.
And shall do. But when to my noble lord I prove untrue, I'll choke myself! That's all I'll do for you.
A father cruel and a stepdame false, a foolish suitor to a wedded lady that hath her husband banished. Oh, that husband! Had I been thief-stolen as my 2 brothers, happy. Most miserable is the desire that's glorious. Oh, who's there? Fie!
Madam, a noble gentleman of Rome, and with letters.
Change you, madam. The worthy Leonatus is in safety, and greets your highness dearly.
Thanks, good sir, you're kindly welcome.
All of her that is out of doors most rich. If she be furnished with so rare a mind, she is alone the Arabian bird, and I have lost the wager. Boldness be my friend. Arm me audacity from head to foot.
He is one of the noblest note, to whose kindnesses I am most infinitely tied. Reflect upon him accordingly, as you value your trust. Leonatus. Well, so far I read aloud. You are as welcome, sir, as I have words to bid you.
I thank you, madam. What? Are men mad? Hath nature given them eyes to see this vaulted arch, to distinguish between the fiery orbs above and the twin stone on the unnumbered beach?
What makes your admiration?
Well, it cannot be the eye. For apes and monkeys twixt 2 such she's would chatter this way and that, nor in the judgment. For idiots in this case of favour would prove wisely definite, nor in the appetite.
What is the matter, Drow?
That cloyed will, that satiate yet unsatisfied desire, that tub both filled and running.
Oh, what, good sir, thus raps you? Are you well?
Well, madam, I beseech you, sir, desire my man's abode where I did leave him. He is strange and peevish.
I was going, sir, to give him welcome.
Continues well, my lord? His health?
Well, madam.
Is he disposed to mirth?
Exceeding pleasant. None a stranger there so merry or so gamesome. He is called the Britain Reveller.
When he was here, he did incline to sadness.
Oh, I never saw him sad. There is a Frenchman there, it seems, much loves a Gallian girl at home. he furnaces the thick sighs from him, whilst the merry Briton, your lord I mean, laughs from his free lungs, cries, "Oh, can my sides hold that man who knows what woman is, nay, what she cannot choose but must be, will his free hours languish for a surer bond?"
Will my lord say so?
Aye, madam, with his eyes in flood with laughter. But heaven knows, some men are much to blame.
Not he, I hope.
Oh, not he. No, whilst I wonder, I am bound to pity two.
What do you pity?
Two creatures, heartily.
Am I one, sir? You look on me. Do I deserve your pity?
What? To shut me from the radiant sun, and solace of the dungeon with a snuff.
Pray, deliver with more openness your answers. Why do you pity me?
That others do enjoy. It is not for mine to say, it is for the gods to vent.
You seem to know of something that concerns me, since doubting oft hurts more than to be sure. Discover what it is.
Had I this cheek to bathe my lips upon, this hand whose touch would force the fearless soul to loyalty, this sight takes prisoner my wild eye, fixing it only here. Should I, damned then, slaver with common lips, peak in an eye base and unlustrous as the smoky light that's fed with stinking tallow? Why, 'twere fit that all the plagues of hell should at one time encounter such revolt.
My lord, I fear has forgotten Britain. Let me hear no more.
Oh, my dearest soul, your cause has struck my heart. A lady so fair and fastened to an emperor, to be partnered with tomboys hired by your own coffers with such boiled stuff as well might poison. Oh, revenge it, or you revolt against your great stock.
Revenged? How should I be revenged if this be true? Revenged?
Had he made me live like Diane's priest betwixt cold sheets, whilst he is vaulting variable ramps at your despite upon your purse, oh, revenge it. I dedicate myself to your sweet pleasure, more noble than that renegade to your bed, and will continue fast in your affections, still close as sure.
What ho, Pisanio?
Let me my service tender on your lips.
No way! I do condemn mine ears for having listened so long, as base as strange. Thou wrong'st a man who is by far from thy reporters. Thou art from honour, and I do disdain thee and the devil alike. Pisanio, the king my father shall be made acquainted with thy assault. What ho, Pisanio!
Oh, happy Leonatus, I may say. The credit that thy lady hath in thee deserves thy trust. Oh, blessed, live long, a lady to the worthiest sir that ever country called his, and you his mistress only for the most worthiest fit. I beg your pardon.
You make amends.
Your lord entreats men to him. He sits amongst men like a descended god. Oh, be not angry that I have adventured to try you with a false report. It is my love that I bear him made me to fan you thus. But you, his mistress, unlike all others the gods made, chafers. Give me your pardon.
All's well, sir. Take my power in the court for yours.
I had almost forgotten to entreat your highness in a small request.
What is it?
Some dozen Romans of us. And your lord, the finest feather of our wing, have mingled sums to buy a present for the emperor, which I have done in France. It is plate, rich jewels. I am somewhat curious to have them in safe storage. I beg your ladyship to take them into her protection.
Willingly. Since my lord hath interest in them, I shall keep them in my bedchamber.
They are in a trunk. I will make bold to send for this night only. I must aboard tomorrow. From Gallia, I cross the seas on purpose and on promise to see your height.
I thank you for your pains. But not away tomorrow?
Oh, I must, madam. Therefore, I entreat you, if you would greet your lord in writing, do it tonight.
I will write. Send your trunk to me, it shall safe be kept, and truly yield in you. You're very welcome.
Was there ever a man had such luck? To be hit away, I had £100 on it. And then a whoreson jackanapes must take me up for swearing.
What got he by that? You broke his pate with your bow.
Whoreson, you dog. I give him satisfaction. I would he have been one of my rank.
To have smelt like a fool.
I'm not more vexed at anything on the earth. Pox on it! I'd rather not be so noble as I am. They dare not fight me because of the queen my mother. Every jack slave hath his belly full of fighting, and I must go up and down like a cock that nobody can match.
Your cock and capon too.
Sayest thou?
It's not fit your lordship should take on every companion that gives offence to.
Why, no, I know that, but it is a fit that I commit offence to my inferiors.
It's fit for your lordship only.
Why, so I say!
Did you hear of a stranger that's come to court tonight?
A stranger, and I don't know on it.
He's a strange fellow himself, he knows it not. There's an Italian come, and 'tis thought as one of Leonatus' friends.
Leonatus, banished rascal. Come, I'll go see this Italian. What I have lost today at bowls, I'll win tonight of him. Come, go.
I'll attend your lordship. If such a crafty devil as his mother should yield the world this ass. Poor Inogen, betwixt a father by thy stepdame governed, a mother hourly coining plots, a wooer more hateful than the foul expulsion is of thy dear husband, oh, the heavens hold firm the walls of thy dear honour. Keep unshaked that temple, thy fair mind, that thou mayst stand to enjoy thy banished lord and this great land.
Who's there? My woman Helen?
Oh, please you, madam.
What hour is it?
Almost midnight, madam.
Then I have read 3 hours already. Fall down the leaf. To bed. Oh, take not away the taper, leave it burning. And if thou canst awake by 4 o'clock, I prithee, call me. Sleep hath seized me wholly. To your protection I commend me, gods, from fairies and the tempters of the night. Guard me, beseech ye.
Crickets sing, and man's repaired by rest. How bravely thou becomest thy bed, fresh lily and whiter than the sheets. But I could
kiss.
One kiss. 'Tis her breathing that perfumes the chamber thus. But to my design, to mark the chamber, pictures, and there the window, the adornment of her bed. But some natural notes about her body, above 10,000 meaner movables, would testify to enrich my inventory. Sleep, lie dull upon her. Come off. Come off. 'Tis mine, and this will outwardly witness to the madding of her lord. On her left breast, the mole sinks spotted like the crimson drops at the bottom of a cowslip. Here is a secret will force him think I have picked the lock and ta'en the honor of her treasure. But enough. To the trunk and clothes. She hath been reading the tale of Tereus, and here the leaf turned down. Swift, swift, you dragons of the night, that dawning may bear the raven's eye. I lodge in fear, though this a heavenly angel, hell is here. 1, 2, 3. Time.
Your lordship is most patient in loss, the coldest that ever threw ace.
It would make any man cold to lose.
But not every man patient after the noble temper of your lordship, and you're most hot and furious when you win.
Winning would put any man into courage. I would I could get this foolish Inogen, then I should have gold enough. It's almost morning, is it not?
A day, my lord.
I would this music would come. I'm advised to give her music o' mornings. They say it will penetrate. Come, tune. If you can penetrate her with your fingering so. We'll try with tongue too. If none will do, then let her remain, but I'll never give her. Come. A wonderful sweet air with admirable rich words to it. Then let her consider.
Hark, hark, the lark at heaven's gate sings, as fever skins arise. His leads to water at those springs, on chalice flowers that lies. Arise, arise, sweet lady, arise, 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 sweet lady, arise. Arise, arise, sweet lady, arise, 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 sweet lady, arise. And winking merry birds begin to open their golden eyes. With everything that pretty is, my lady's
will penetrate, I will consider your music the better. If it do not, it is a vice in her ears, which calves' guts and horse hairs can never amend. So, get you gone.
Here comes the king.
Glad I was up so late, for that's the reason I'm up so early. He cannot choose but take this service I have done fatherly. Good morrow to your majesty, and my gracious mother.
Attend you here, the door of our stern daughter? Will she not forth?
I have assailed her with music, but she vouchsafes no notice.
The exile of her minion is too new. Some more time, and then she's yours.
You are most bound to the king, who lets go by no vantages which may prefer you to his daughter. Frame yourself, increase your services, in all things obey her, except when command to dismission tends, and therein you are senseless.
Senseless? Not so.
So like you, sir, ambassadors from Rome.
Oh.
They're led by Caius Lucius?
We must receive him according to the honour of his sender. A worthy fellow, albeit he comes on angry purpose now. But that's no fault of his. Dear son, when you have spoken with your mistress, attend the queen and us. We have need to employ you towards this Roman. Come, our queen.
If she be up, I'll speak with her. If not, let her lie still and dream. But by your leave! Oh! I know her women are about her. What if I do line one of their hands? 'Tis gold which buys admittance. Off it doth. Here, what can it not do and undo? I will make one of her women lawyer to me. Oh!
Who's there that calls?
What's your lordship's pleasure?
Your lady's person, is she ready?
Aye, to keep her chamber.
Here's gold for thee. Sell me your good report.
The princess.
Ah, good morrow, fairest sister. Your sweet hand.
Good morrow to you, sir. You lay out too much pains for purchasing but trouble. The thanks I give is telling you I am poor of thanks and scarce can spare them.
Still, I swear I love you.
Still I regard it not.
This is no answer.
But that you shall not say I yield being silent, I would not speak. Faith, pray learn, being taught forbearance.
To leave you in your madness twere my sin. I will not do it.
Fools are not mad folks.
Do you call me fool?
As I am mad, I do. I care not for you, indeed, I hate you.
You sin against your father. That contract you pretend with that base wretch, it is no contract, none. You must not soil the consequence of the crown with such a base slave.
Wert thou the son of Jupiter, thou wert too base to be his groom.
The Southbog rot him.
His meanest garment is dearer in my respect than all the hairs above thee, were they all made men. Oh, how now, Pisanio.
Garment, now the devil.
To Dorothy and Helen hie thee presently.
His meanest garment.
I am sprited with a fool, frighted and angered worse. Go bid my women to search for a jewel that too casually hath left mine arm. It was thy master's. I do think I saw it this morning, how confident I am. Last night 'twas on mine arm. I kissed it. I hope it be not gone to tell my lord I kiss aught but he.
Will not be lost.
I hope so. We'll go and search.
You have abused me, his meanest garment.
I said so, sir.
I will inform your father.
Your mother too. She will conceive, I hope, but the worst of me. So I leave you, sir, to the worst of your discontent.
Well, be revenged, his meanest garment. Well. Fear it not, my friend. I am so sure her honour will remain hers.
What means do you make to the king?
Not any, but abide the change of time, and wish the warmer days would come. They failing, I must die much your debtor.
Your very goodness and your company, all pays all I can do. By this, your king hath heard of great Augustus. Caius Lucius will do his commission thoroughly, and I think he'll grant the tribute.
I do more believe that this will prove a war. Our countrymen are more ordered than when Julius Caesar smiled at their lack of skill, but found their courage worthy as frowning at.
See, Iachimo!
The winds of all the compass kissed your sails to make you nimble.
Welcome, sir.
Your lady is one of the finest that I've looked upon.
And there with all the rest.
Here are letters for you.
Lieutenant good, I trust?
Oh, 'tis very like, 'tis very like.
Was Caius Lucius at the Britain court when you were there?
He was expected, but not that yen approached.
All is well yet. Sparkles this stone as it was wont.
If I had lost it, I would have lost the weight of it in gold.
I'd make a journey twice as far to enjoy another night of such sweet shortness as was mine in Britain, for the ring is won.
Stones too hard to come by.
Not a whit, your lady being so easy.
Make not, sir, your loss your sport. I hope you know we must not continue friends.
But we must, sir, if you keep covenant. For I now profess myself the winner of her honour and your ring, and not the wronger of her or you, having proceeded by both your permissions.
If you can make it apparent, you've tasted her in bed, my hand and ring is yours. If not, your sword gates mine. Proceed.
Sir, first, the bedchamber, where I confess I slept not, but profess I had that was well worth watching, is hanged with tapestries of silk and silver. The story, proud Cleopatra, when she met her Roman. Oh, so bravely done, so rich, so rare.
This is true, and this you might have heard of here by me or by some other.
Sir, the chimney is south the chamber, and the chimney piece brave Diane bathing. The roof of the chamber with golden cherubims is fretted. Oh, and 2 winking cupids of silver, each on 1 foot.
Let it be granted you have seen all this. The description of her chamber nothing saves the wager you have laid.
Then, if you can, be pale. I beg but leave to air this jewel. It must be joined with your ring. I'll keep them.
Jove! Is that which I left with her?
Sir, I thank her that. She stripped it from her arm. I see her yet. She gave it me and said, I prized it once.
Maybe she plucked it off to send to me.
Oh, does she write so to you, does she?
Oh, no, 'tis true. Here, take this too. 'Tis a basilisk under mine eye. Kills me to look on it. Oh, above measure false.
Oh, have patience, sir, and take your ring again. It may be probable she lost it, or who knows if one of her women, being corrupted, hath stolen it from her.
Very true. And so I hope it came by it. Back of my ring. Render me some corporal sign about her, more evident than this, for this was stolen.
By Jupiter, I had it from her arm.
Hark you, he swears! By Jupiter, he swears! 'Tis true. Nay. Keep the ring. 'Tis true. I'm sure. She would not lose it. Her attendants were all sworn and honourable. They induced to steal it? And by a stranger? No. You have enjoyed her. There. Take thy hire. And all the fiends of hell divide themselves between you.
Oh, have patience, sir.
She hath been courted by him.
If you seek for further satisfying, under her breast, worthy the pressing, lies a moan. right proud of that most delicate lodging. By my life, I kissed it, and it gave me present hunger to feed again though full. You do remember this stain upon it?
Aye. So it doth confirm another stain as big as hell can hold. But thou wilt swear thou have not done it, thou lie, and I will kill thee. If thou dost deny, thou'st made me cuckold.
I'll deny nothing.
Oh, that I had her here to tear her limb meal. I'll go there and do it in the court before her father. I'll do something!
Quite beyond the government of patience. You have one. Let's follow him and pervert this present wrath he hath against himself.
With all my heart. Is there no way for men to be? But women must be half workers. We are all bastards. And that most venerable man, which I did call my father, was I know not where when I was stamped. And yet my mother seemed the Dian of that time. So doth my wife, the nonpareil of this. Oh, all the devils! This yellow Iachimo in an hour was not. Like a full acorn boar, a German one, cried oh, and mounted. Could I find out the woman's part in me? For there's no motion that tends to vice a man, but I affirm it is the woman's part. Be it lying, note it, the woman's, flattering, hers, deceiving, hers, lust and rank thoughts, hers, revenges, hers. All faults that may be named, I'll write against them, detest them, curse them. Yet, 'tis greater skill in a true hate to pray they have their will. The very devils couldn't plague them better.
Now say, what would Augustus Caesar with us?
When Julius Caesar, whose remembrance yet lives in this land, having conquered it, by an uncle Cymbeline, to his succession granted Rome a tribute, yearly 3,000 pounds, which by thee lately is left untendered.
And shall be so ever.
There be many Caesars. Britain is a world by itself, and we will nothing pay for the wearing of our own noses.
Remember, sir, my liege, the kings your ancestors, together with the natural bravery of your isle, with rocks unscalable and roaring waters, with sands which will not bear your enemies' boats, but suck them up to the topmast. A kind of conquest Caesar made here, but then with shame was carried from off our coast, twice beaten, and his shipping, poor ignorant baubles, upon terrible seas, like eggshells moved against their surges, cracked as easily against those rocks, and the famed Cymbeline made Bloodstown with rejoicing fires bright, and Britons strut with courage.
Come, there's no more tribute to be paid. Our kingdom is stronger than it was at that time, and as I said, there be no more such Caesars. Others may have crooked noses, but to owe such straight arms, none.
Son, let your mother end.
There are yet many among us can gripe as hard as Cymbeline. I do not say I am one, but I have a hand. Why tribute? Why must we pay tribute? If Caesar can hide the sun from us with a blanket or put the moon in his pocket, then we'll pay tribute for light, else no more tribute, pray you now.
You must know. till the Romans did extort this tribute from us, we were free. Caesar did put this yoke upon us, which to shake off becomes a warlike people, which we believe ourselves to be.
We do.
Say then to Caesar, our ancestor was that Malmucius which did put his brows between a golden crown and called himself a king. He made our laws, which by the power we hold, we shall repair, even though Rome be therefore angry.
I am sorry, Cymbeline, that I must pronounce Augustus Caesar, Caesar that hath more kings his servants than thyself domestic officers, thine enemy. Receive it from me then. War and confusion pronounce I against thee. Look for fury, not to be resisted. Thus defied, I thank thee for myself.
Thou art welcome, Caius. Thy Caesar knighted me. My youth I spent much under him, won honours. Yet now I'm perfect, that the Pannonians and Dalmatians for their liberties are now in arms. A precedent which not to read would show the Britons cold, so Caesar shall not find them.
Let truth speak.
His Majesty bids you welcome. Make pastime with us a day or two, or longer. If you seek us afterwards in other terms, you shall find us in our saltwater girdle. If you can knock us out of it, it is yours. But if you fall in the adventure, our crows shall fare the better for you, and there's an end.
So, sir.
I know your master's pleasure, and he mine. All that remain is welcome.
How? Of adultery? What monster's her accuser?
Oh, master, what a strange infection has fallen into thy ear.
What false Italian, as poison-tongued as handed, hath prevailed on thy too ready hearing? Disloyal? No! She's punished for her truth.
Oh, my dear master, thy mind to her is now as low as were thy fortunes. How? That I should murder her? Upon the love and truth and vows that I have made to thy command? I, her bloods! Oh, if it be so to do good service, let me not be counted serviceable. Do it. The letter I have sent her shall give thee opportunity. Oh, damned paper! As black as the ink that's on thee!
No, here she comes.
I am ignorant in all that I am commanded.
How now, Helen? Oh, how now, Bassanio?
Madam! A letter from my lord.
Who? Thy lord? Well, that is my lord Leonatus. Oh, let what is contained here relish of love, of my lord's health, of his content. Yet not that we two are asunder, let that grieve him. Good wax, thy leave. Blessed bees. Now, good news, gods. O dearest of creatures, take notice that I am in Cambria, at Milford Haven. Oh, what your own love will out of this advise you follow. He wishes you all happiness that remains loyal to his vow, and your increasing in love, Leonatus Posthumus. Oh, for a horse with wings! Oh, hearest thou, Helen, Bassanio, he is at Milford Haven. Read, and tell me how far 'tis thither. For if one of meaner flares may plod it in a week, why may I not glide thither in a day? Oh, well, say how far it is to this same blessed Milford. And by the way, tell me how Wales was made so happy as to inherit such a haven. But this is foolery. How may we steal from hence? Why, prithee, speak. How many score of miles may we well ride twixt hour and hour?
1 score, twixt sun and sun, madam.
is enough for you, and too much too.
Why, one who roads to execution, man, would never go so slow. Oh. But first, go feign a sickness. Say you must go home, and find me presently a riding suit to fit a working housewife. Madam, consider, I see before me Helen, nor here, nor what ensues, but have a fog in them that I cannot look through. Prithee, away, do as I bid thee. There's no more to say. Accessible is none but Milford way.
A goodly day, not to keep house with such whose roof's as low as ours. Stoop, boys, this gate instructs you how to adore the heavens, and bows you to a morning's holy office. Hail, thou fair heaven!
Hail, heaven!
Now for our mountain sport, up to yond hill. Your legs are young, I'll tread these flats. Consider when you above perceive me like a crow, that it is place that lessens and sets off, and often to our comfort may we find the sharded beetle safer than the eagle. This life is nobler than attending for a check. Doing nothing for a bauble's no life to ours.
Out of your proof you speak. We poor and fledged have never flocked far from the nest, nor know not what is from home. Happily, this life is best. If quiet life be best, then sweeter to you with your stiff age, but unto us it is a cell of ignorance.
What should we speak of when we are old as you? When we shall hear the rain and wind beat dark December. How, in this our pincheon cave, shall we discourse the freezing hours away?
We are beastly, subtle as a fox for prey, warlike like the wolf for what we eat.
Our valour is to chase what flies. Our cage we make the choir, as doth the prison bird, sing our bondage freely.
How you speak! Did you but know the city's usuries? The court so slippery that the fear's as bad as falling? Oh, the toil of the Roman wars! Oh, I was once first among the best of note. Cymbeline loved me, and I was as a tree boughs bent with fruit. But in one night a storm shook down my hangings and left me bare to weather.
Uncertain favour!
My fault being nothing, as I have told you oft, but that two villains swore to Cymbeline I was confederate with the Romans. So began my banishment. This 20 years, this rock and these domains have been my world, where we have lived honest and free. But to the mountains, this is not hunter's language. He who strikes the venison first shall be lord of the feast. I'll meet you in the valleys. How hard it is to hide the sparks of nature. These boys know little they are sons to the king. Nor Cymbeline dreams they are alive. They think they are mine. But though brought up thus meanly, their thoughts do hit the roofs of palaces. This Polydore, the heir of Cymbeline and Britain, his father called Guiderius. Jove, when on my 3-foot stool I sit and tell the warlike feats I have done, his spirits fly out in posture that acts my word. The other, Cadwal, once Arviragus, like shows his princely blood. Ah, the game is roused. Oh, Cymbeline, heaven and my conscience knows thou didst unjustly banish me, whereon at 3 and 2 years old I stole these babes, thinking to bar thee of succession as thou reft'st me of my lands. Euryphile, thou wast their nurse, They took thee for their mother, and every day do honour to her grave. I, Belarius, old Morgan called, they take for natural father. The game is up!
Thou told me when we came from Hawk the place was close at hand. Helen, Bassanio, where is Posthumus? What is in thy mind, friends, that makes thee stare thus? What is the matter, friends? Why tenderest thou paper to me with a look untender? Or if it be summer news, smile. But thy countenance is winterly. Well, speak, man.
So please you, read.
Thy mistress, Bassanio, hath played the strumpet in my bed. The proof's as strong as my grief, and as certain as I expect my revenge. That part thou must act for me, if thy faith be not tainted with the breach of hers. Let thine own hands take away her life. I shall give thee opportunity at Milford Haven.
So I need to draw sword? That paper hath cut her throat already.
No! 'Tis slander! Whose edge is sharper than the sword, whose breath rides on the posting winds and doth belie all corners of the world. What cheer, madam?
False to his bed? Or what is it to be false? To lie and watch with him? To weep twixt clock, and when sleep do come, to cry myself awake? Well, that's false to his bed, is it?
Alas, good lady!
Aye, false. Or some jay of Italy hath betrayed him. For I am stale, a garment out of fashion, and must be ripped to pieces with me. Oh, men's vows are women's traitors.
Good madam, hear me.
Oh, goodly and gallant shall be false and perjured by Posthumus, great fool. Oh, come on, be honest, do thy master's bidding. Oh, here's my heart, prithee dispatch. The lamb entreats the butcher.
Madam, since I received command, I have not slept 1 wink.
Do it, and to bed then.
He'll wake his eyeballs blind first.
Wherefore then didst undertake it? Why have we abused so many miles with a pretence this place, mine action and thine own, the time inviting thee?
But to win time, we have considered of a course. Good madam, hear me.
I have heard I am a strumpet, no wound to bottom that. But speak.
Then, madam, we thought you would not back again.
Most like, bringing me here to kill me.
Not so neither. It cannot be that my master is abused. Some villain singular in his art have done this.
Some Roman courtesan?
No, on my life. We'll give but notice you are dead, and send him some bloody sign of it. So 'tis commanded. You shall be missed at court. Absence confirms it.
Why, friends, what shall I do? Where bide? How live? Oh, and in my life what comfort? Dead to my husband.
If you're back to the court...
Oh, no court, no father, no more ado with that harsh, noble, simple nothing, that Cloten's love suit.
Or if not at court, then not in Britain must you bide.
Where then? Hath Britain all the sun that shines, day, night, are they not but in Britain? In the world's volume, Britain seems of it, not in it. In the great pool a swan's nest. Oh, prithee, think, there's livers out of Britain.
Madam, I am glad that you think of other place. The ambassador, Lucius, the Roman, comes to Milford Haven tomorrow. Now, if you could walk a course, pretty and full of view, yea, haply near the residence of Posthumus.
Oh, for such means I would adventure.
Then here's the point.
You must forget to be a woman. Change command into obedience, fear and niceness into a waggish courage, quick answered, saucy, and as quarrelsome as the weasel.
Nay, you must forget that rarest treasure of your cheek, exposing it to the greedy touch of the sun, and forget your dainty trims.
Nay, come, be brief. I seen to thy end, and am almost a man already.
Well then, we'll make you like one.
For thinking this, we have already fit. Here is all you need. Would you, for noble Lucius, present yourself, desire his service? Doubtless with joy he will embrace you.
He is honourable, and doubling that most holy.
Thou art all the comfort the gods will die at me with. Oh, but prithee away. There's more to be considered, but this attempt I am soldier to, and will abide with a prince's courage.
We must take short farewells, lest being missed we be suspected of your carriage from the court.
Madam, here is a pouch. I had it from the Queen. What's in it is precious. If you are sick at sea or stomach-qualmed of land, a dram of this would drive away distemper.
To some shade, and fit you to your manhood. Oh, the gods direct you to the best.
Amen. I thank thee.
The wine was very fine. Well, thus far. And so, farewell.
Thanks, royal sir. My emperor hath wrote I must from hence, and I am right sorry that I must report ye my master's enemy.
Well, our subjects, sir, will not endure his yoke. And for ourself, to show less sovereignty than they, must needs appear unkinglike.
So, sir, I desire of you a conduct overland to Milford Haven. Madam, all joy before your grace. And you.
Good my lords, you are appointed to that office. And so, farewell.
Your hand, my lord.
Receive it friendly, but from this time forth I wear it as your enemy.
Sir, the event is yet to name the winner. Fare you well.
Good my lords, be sure to accompany Caius until he hath crossed the Severn. Happiness!
He goes forth frowning, but it honours us that we have given him cause.
'Tis all the better. Your valiant Britons have their wishes in it.
Lucius hath writ already to the emperor how it goes here. It fits us therefore ripely, our horses and our chariots be in readiness. The powers that he already hath in Gallia will soon be drawn to head, from whence he moves his war on Britain.
'Tis not sleepy business, but must be looked to speedily and strongly.
Our expectations that it would be thus hath made us forward. But, my gentle queen, where is our daughter? She hath not appeared before the Roman, nor to us hath tendered the duty of the day. Call her before us.
Royal sir, since the exile of Posthumus, most retired have her life been, the cure whereof 'tis time itself. Beseech your majesty, forbear sharp speeches to her, for she's a lady so tender of rebukes that words are strokes and strokes are death to her.
Where is she?
Please you, sir, her chambers are all locked.
Locked, and not seen of late. Grant heavens that which I fear prove false.
Son, I say go look after.
That man of hers, Pisanio, her old servant, have not been seen these 2 days.
Pisanio, he that stands so for Posthumus. He hath a drug of mine. I pray his absence proceed from swallowing that, for he believes it to be a thing most precious. But for her, where is she gone? Haply despair hath seized her, or winged with fervour of her own, she's flown to her desired Posthumus. Gone she is, either to death or to dishonour. And my end can make good use of either. She being down, I have the placing of the British crown. How now, my son?
'Tis certain she has fled. Go in and cheer the king, he rages.
All the better. May this night forestall him of the coming day.
I love and hate her. She's fair and royal, more exquisite than everyone. I love her therefore. But disdaining me and throwing favours on the low Posthumus, I'll be revenged upon her. Villain! Where is thy lady?
Oh, good, my lord.
Where is thy lady? Speak, or by Jupiter, I will not ask again. Close villain! I'll have this secret from your heart, or rip your heart to find it. Is she with Posthumus?
Alas, my lord, how can she be with him? He is in Rome.
Where is she? Come nearer. What has become of her?
O worthy lord?
No more, a worthy lord. Speak, or thy silence on the instant is death.
Then, this paper is my full history pertaining to her whereabouts. She's far enough, and what he learns by this may prove his travel. Oh, Imogen, safest may thou wander, safe return again.
Sir, is this letter true?
As I think.
It's Posthumus's hand, I know it. Sirrah, if thou wouldst not be a villain, do me true service. What villainy I bid thee do, perform it, and I'll think thee honest.
Well, my lord.
Wilt thou serve me? For diligently and constantly thou hast stuck to that beggar Posthumus. Thou'lt be a diligent follower of mine.
I will.
Wilt thou serve me?
I will, sir.
Give me your hand. Here's my purse. Hast any of your late master's garments in thy possession?
Oh, I have, my lord. In my lodgings, the very suit he wore when he did take leave of my lady and mistress.
Fetch those hither. That's the first thing I bid thee. Go!
I will, my lord.
Meet thee at Milford Haven. Even there, thou villain Posthumus, will I kill thee. I would these garments would come. She said upon a time, the bitterness of it I now belch from my heart. She held the very garments of Posthumus in higher respect than my noble and natural person, with all the adornment of my qualities. With that suit upon my back will I ravish her. First kill him, then in her eyes shall she see my valour. Him on the ground, my speech of insultment ended on his dead body. And when my lust hath dined, which, as I say, to vex her I will execute in the clothes that she so praised, to the court I'll knock her back, foot her home again. She hath despised me rejoicingly, and I'll be merry in my revenge. Be those the garments?
Aye, my lord.
How long is it since she went to Milford Haven?
Oh, she could scarce be there then.
Bring this apparel to my chamber. That is the second thing I've commanded thee. The third, thou wilt be mute to my design. Be but duteous, and true preferment shall tender itself to thee. My revenge is at Milford. Would I had wings to follow. Come and be true.
Thou bidst me to thy loss. For true to you would be false, and I will never be false to him that is most true. To Milford go, and find not her whom thou pursuest. Flow, flow, you heavenly blessings on her. Let this full speed be crossed with slowness. Labour be his meed. Oh, mead. Ale. Infused water. Refreshment. Methinks it's time for an interval. I will be back in 20 minutes to knit up this tale.
I see a man's life is a tedious one. I have tired myself, and for 2 nights together have made the ground my bed. Oh, I should be sick, but that my resolution helps me. Milford, when from the mountain top Pisanio showed thee thou wast within a ken, Or 2 beggars told me I could not miss my way. Oh, Posthumus. And now I think on thee my hunger's gone. I was at point to sink for food. But what is this? Oh, there is a path to it. 'Tis some savage hold. Oh, I were best not to call. I dare not call. For yet famine, it clear overthrown nature makes it valiant. Plenty and peace breeds cowards. Oh! Who's there? If anything the civil speak. No answer. Oh, then I'll enter. Best draw my sword first. And if my enemy fears the sword like me, he'll scarce look on it. Such a foe. Good heavens!
You, Polydor, have proved best hunter and are master of the feast. Cadwal and I will play the cook and servant. Now, peace be here, for house that keeps thyself.
I am weary.
And hungry.
It's called me to the cave. We'll browse on that whilst what we have killed be cooked.
Stay, come not in. But that it eats our victuals, I should think you were a fairy.
Well, what's the matter, sir?
Why, Jupiter, an angel.
Good masters, harm me not. Before I entered I called, and would have begged or bought what I have took. But good troth, I have stolen naught, nor would not. Or here's money for my meat.
Money, youth?
Or gold and silver rather turned to dirt.
Know that if you kill me for my fault, I would have died had I not made it.
Whither bound?
To Milford Haven.
What's your name?
The Daily, sir. I have a kinsman at Milford to whom being going, almost spent with hunger, I am fallen in this offence.
Prithee, fair youth, think us no churls, nor measure our good minds by this rude place we live in. Well encountered. Boys, bid him welcome.
Were you a woman, youth, I should rue hard.
I love him as my brother, and such a welcome as I give to him is yours. Be sprightly, for you fall amongst friends.
Amongst friends, if brothers. Oh, would that it had been so, that they had been my father's sons. Then had my price been less, and so more equal ballasting to thee, Posthumus.
He brings at some distress, hark, boys.
Great men that had a court no bigger than this cave could not outpeer these twain.
Fair youth, come in. When we have supped, we'll demand of thee thy story, so far as thou'lt speak it.
Pray, draw near.
The night to the owl and morn to the lark less welcome.
Thanks, sir.
I pray, draw near.
I'm near to the place where they would meet, if Pisanio have mapped it truly. How fit his garments serve me. Why should his mistress not be fit too? The lines of my body are as well drawn as his. No less young, more strong. Not beneath him in fortunes, above him in birth, and most remarkable in single oppositions. Yet this imperseverant thing loves him in my despite. Oh, what mortality is! Posthumus, thy head, which is now growing upon thy shoulders, shall within this hour be off. Thy mistress enforced, thy garments cut to pieces before her face. All this being done, I'll spurn her home to her father, who may haply be a little angry with my so rough usage, but my mother will turn all into my commendations. My horse is tied up safe, outsword, and to a sore purpose. Fortune, put them into my hand. This is the very description of their meeting place, and the fellow would not deceive me.
You are not well. Remain here in the cave. We'll come to you after hunting.
Brother, stay here. Are we not brothers?
so man and man should be. I am very sick.
I'll abide with him.
I am so sick yet I am not well. So please, leave me, stick to your general cause. I am ill, but your being by me cannot amend me. Society is no comfort to one not sociable. I am not very sick, since I can reason of it.
But I love thee as much as I do love my father.
What? How? How?
If it be sin to say so, I yoke me in my good brother's fault. I know not why I love this youth, and I have heard you say love's reasons without reason. The hearse at door and who should die? I'd say my father.
Oh, noble strain, oh worthiness of nature, breed of greatness. Cowards father cowards, and base things sire base. Nature hath meal and bran, contempt and grace. I am not their father, yet who this should be doth miracle itself. Love before me. 'Tis the 9th hour of the morn.
Brother, farewell.
I wish ye sport.
You health. So please you, sir.
These are kind creatures. Gods, what lies I have heard! Our courtiers say all savage but at court. Experience thou disprovest report. I am sick still, heart sick. Pisanio, I'll now taste of thy drug.
We'll leave you for this time. Go in and rest.
You'll not be long away.
Pray, be not sick, for you must be our housewife.
Well or ill, I am bound to you.
And shalt be ever. This youth, howe'er distressed, appears he hath had good ancestors.
How angel-like he sings.
And his neat cookery. But I note both grief and patience root in him, mingling together.
Grow patience, and let the stinking elder grief untwine his perishing root with the increasing vine.
Well, 'tis great morning. Come away.
Who's there?
I cannot find those renegades. The villain hath mocked me. I am faint.
Those renegades? Means he not us? I partly know him. 'Tis Cloten, the son of the Queen. I fear some ambush. I've seen him not these many years, yet I know 'tis he. We are taken for outlaws, hence.
He's but one. You, my brothers, go seek what companies are abroad. Pray you, away. Let me alone with him.
Soft. What are you that fly me thus? Some villain mountaineers. I have heard of such. What slave? What robber? Yield thee, thief!
To who? To thee. What art thou? Have I not an arm as big as thine? A heart as big? Why should I yield to thee?
Thou, injurious thief! Hear but my name and tremble!
What's thy name?
Cloten, thou villain!
Cloten? Thou double villain be thy name? Were it snake, toad, spider, would move me sooner.
Art not afeard?
Those that I reverence, those I fear. Fools I laugh, not fear them.
Die the death! When I have slain thee with my proper hand, I'll follow those that even now fled hence. And on the gates of Ludstown set your heads! Yield! Rustic mountaineer! Ah!
Cloten! The villain!
Yield!
Yield!
No companies abroad?
None in the world. You did mistake him, sure.
I cannot tell, but long is it since I saw him, but time hath nothing blurred those marks of favour which then he wore. The snatches in his voice and burst of speaking were as his. I am absolute 'twas very Cloten.
In this place we left them. I wish my brother make good time with him. You say he is so fell.
Being scarce bade up to man, he showed no fear. But see thy brother.
This Cloten was a fool! An empty purse! He had no money in it. Not Hercules could have knocked out his brains, for he had none. And I, not doing this, the fool bore my head as I do his.
What hast thou done?
I'm perfect what? Cut off one Cloten's head, son to the Queen by his own report. Would call me traitor, mountaineer, and swore he'd displace our heads and set them on Ludstown.
We are all undone.
Why? What have we to lose? But that he swore to take our lives? The law protects, not us. Why should we fear the law? What company discover you aboard?
No single soul could we set eye on, but he must have some attendance. It is not probable he would come alone.
My brother hath done well.
Oh, I had no thought to hunt this day. The boy Fideli's sickness.
And with his own sword, which he did wave against my throat, I ta'en his head from him. I'll send it to the creek, let it to the sea, and tell the fishes that he is the Queen's son, Cloten.
'Twill be revenged.
Would I had done it.
Polydor, I envy much. Thou hast robbed me of this deed.
Well, 'tis done. To our rock. You and Fideli play the cooks. I'll bring your hasty brother to dinner presently.
Oh, sick for daily. I'll willingly to him.
Oh, divine nature, thou show'st thyself in these two princely boys. They are as gentle as zephyrs blowing beneath violet, and yet as rough, their royal blood enchafed, as the rudest winds that shake the mountain pine. Invisible instinct frames them to honour untaught. Yet still it's strange what Cloten's being here to us portends, or what his death might bring us.
Where is my brother? I have sent Cloten's clothole down the stream in embassy to his mother.
Hark, my ingenious instrument. Hark, Polydor, it sounds. But what occasion of Cadwell now to give it motion? Hark.
Since death of our dearest mother. Did not speak before. Is Cadwell mad?
The bird is dead, that we have made so much on.
Oh, rarest life, how found you him?
Stark, as you see, smiling as some fly hid tickled slumber, his cheek on a cushion. I thought he slept.
He but sleeps. We'll make his tomb a bed. With fairies will his tomb be haunted. Worms will not come to thee.
With fairest flowers, while summer lasts and I live here for daily, I'll sweeten thy sad grave. Thou shalt not lock the flower that's like thy face, pale primrose, nor the azur'd harebell like thy veins, nor the leaf of eglantine, whom, not to slander, outsweeten not thy breath. The ruddock would with charitable bill bring thee all this. Yea, and furred moss besides when flowers are known, to win to ground thy course.
Come, lay him down.
Be it so.
and let us Polydor sing him to the ground.
Cattle I cannot sing. I'll word it with thee.
Great griefs I see medicine the less, for Cloten is quite forgot. He was a queen's son, boys, and though he came our enemy, remember he was paid for that. Our foe was princely, and though you took his life as being our foe, yet bury him as a prince.
Pray you, fetch him hither.
You'll go fetch him, we'll say our song the whilst. Brother, begin.
Fear no more the heat of the sun, nor furious winter's rages. Thou thy worldly task hast done. Home art gone, and ta'en thy wages. Golden lads and girls all must, as chimney sweepers come to dust.
Fear no more the frown of the great. Thou art past the tyrant's stroke. Care no more to clothe the neat. To thee the reed is as the oak. The sceptre, learning, physic must all follow this and come to dust.
Fear no more the lightning flash,
Nor the all-dreaded thunderstone.
fear not slander, censure rash.
Thou hast finished joy and blown.
All lovers young, all lovers must consign to thee and come to dust. No exerciser harm thee,
Nor no witchcraft charm thee.
ghosts unlaid forbear thee.
Nothing ill come near thee.
Quiet consummation have,
and
renowned
renowned
be thy grave. Come, we have done our obsequies. Lay him down.
Here's a few flowers, and strewings fixed for grave. You were as flowers once, now withered. Even so these herblets shall, which we upon you strow. Come, away, the ground has them again. Their pleasures here are past, so is their pain.
Yes, sir. To Milford Haven. Oh, which is the way? Well, I thank you. Pray, how far? Oh, can it be 6 mile yet? Faith, I'll lie down. Oh, gods and goddesses! These flowers are like the pleasures of the world. This bloody man the care on't. Well, I hope I dream. For so I thought I was a cave dweller and cook to honest creatures, but 'tis not so. 'Twas but a bolt of nothing, shot at nothing. I tremble still with fear. Yet if there be yet left in heaven a drop of pity as small as a wren's eye, feared gods, a part of it? The dream's still here. But not imagined, felt. A headless man. Oh! The garments of Posthumus! But his face is gone! But he's gone! Pisanio! Ah! Damned! Pisanio hath, with his forged letters, oh, Posthumus! Alas! Oh, damned Pisanio! What is he and Cloten's doing? Oh, 'tis pregnant! The cordial he gave me, which he said was precious to me, this confirms it home. This is Pisanio's deed, and Cloten's! Oh.
The legions garrisoned in Gallia have crossed the sea, attending here at Milford Haven with your ships. They are in readiness.
But what from Rome?
The Senate hath stirred the gentlemen of Italy, and they come under conduct of bold Iachimo, expected with the next benefit of the wind.
Our hopes are fair. Command our present numbers be mustered. Did the captains look to it? Now, friend, what have you dreamed of late of this war's purpose?
Last night, the very gods showed me a vision. I fasted and prayed for their intelligence. Thus, I saw Jove's bird, the Roman eagle, winged from the spongy south to this part of the west. There, vanished in the sunbeams, which portends, unless my sins abuse my divination, success to the Roman host.
Green often said, and never false. Soft home, one clunky here without his top. But hey, or dead or sleeping, but dead rather, for nature doth abhor to sleep upon the dead. Let's see the boy's face.
He's alive, my lord.
You'll then instruct us of this body. Young one, whose trunk makes out that bloody pillow? What's thy interest in this sad wreck? How cam't? Who is't and what art thou?
I am nothing. Ah, this, my master that here by mountaineers lies slain. Alas, there is no more such masters. I may try many, all good, serve truly, and never find another.
Thou movest no less with thy complaining than thy master in bleeding. Say thy name, good youth.
For daily, sir.
Thou provest thyself the same. Thy name well fits thy faith thy name. Wilt take thy chance with me? I will not say thou shalt be so well mastered, but be sure no less beloved. Thy worth prefers thee. Come.
I'll follow, sir. But first, and please the gods, I'll hide my master from the flies, and strew with wildwood and weeds his grave. Say prayers, then follow. So please you entertain me.
The boy has taught us manly duties. Let us seek out the prettiest daisied plot we can and make a grave. Come, boy, and wipe thine eyes. Some fools are means the happier to arise.
To the Queen, and bring me word how 'tis with her. A fever, with the absence of her son. A madness, of which her life's in danger. Heavens, how at once you do point at me. Imogen, the great part of my comfort, gone. My queen upon a desperate bed. And at a time when fearful wars point at me. Her son, so needful at this present, gone. Oh, it strikes me past the hope of comfort. But for thee, fellow, who needs must know of her departure, will enforce it from thee.
My liege, I dare be bound he's true. For Cloten there wants no diligence in seeking him, and will no doubt be found. So please your majesty, the Roman legion, all from Gallia drawn, are landed at your coast, by the Senate sent.
Now for the counsel of my son and queen, I am amazed with matter.
Good, my liege. Come more, for more you're ready. The want is but to put the powers in motion that long to move.
We care not for Italy, but grieve at chances here. Away!
I've heard no letter from my master. 'Tis strange. Nor have I heard from my mistress. Neither know I what is betide to Cloten, but remain perplexed in all. All present doubts, by time let them be cleared. Fortune sends in some boats that are not steered.
Noises round about us!
Let us from it!
What pleasure, sir, find we in life to unlock it from action and adventure?
Nay, what hope of we in hiding us? This way for Romans, the Britons must surely take us, now or after.
Sons, we'll hire us to the mountains, there secure us. To the king's party there's no going. Newness of Cloten's death, our being not known, will drive us to render what we have done, whose answer would be death, drawn on by torture.
It is not likely that when they hear the Roman horses neigh, that they will waste their time upon our note to know from whence we are.
I am known of many in the army. Besides, the king hath not earned my service, nor your loves, who in my exile are still hot summer's tanlings, and shrinking slaves of winter.
Well, better to cease to be. I pray you, to the army. I and my brother are not known. Yourself, so out of thought and o'ergrown, cannot be questioned.
By this sun that shines, out thither. What thing is it that I never did see man die? Scarce ever looked on blood, but that of coward hares, hot goats and venison. Never bestrid a horse, save one that had a rider like myself, who ne'er wore spurs nor iron upon his heel. I am ashamed to remain so long unknown.
By heavens, we'll go! If you will bless us, sir, and give us leave, we'll take the better care.
And so say I.
Have with you then. If in your country wars you should die, that's my bed too, lads, and there I'll lie. Lead, lead. The time thinks long, their blood thinks scorn, till it fly out and show them princes born.
Yea, bloody cloth, I'll keep thee, for I once wished thou shouldst be coloured thus. I brought hither among the Italian gentry now to fight against my lady's kingdom. 'Tis enough of Britain. I have killed thy mistress. Peace! I will give no wound to thee. Therefore, good heavens, hear patiently my purpose. I'll disrobe me of these Italian weeds and suit myself as does a Briton peasant. So I'll fight against the part I come with. So I'll die for thee, O Imogen, even for whom my life is every breath and death. And let men know more valour in me than my habits show. Gods, put the strength of the Leonati in me. To shame the guise of the world I will begin. The fashion, less without, and more within.
The heaviness and guilt within my bosom takes off my manhood. I have belied a lady, the princess of this country, and the heir aunt revengingly enfeebles me. This cow subdue me. If that thy gentry Britain go before this lout, as he exceeds our lords, the odds is that we scarce are men, and you are gods! Of the ground! The lane is guarded! Nothing routs us but the villainy of our fears! Stand! Stand and fight!
Save thyself, for friend kills friend, and the confusion of sights of war is hoodwinked.
It is their fresh supplies.
So that they turn strangely, all the time less reinforce or fly.
Came aside from where they made the stand?
I did. Though you, it seems, come from the flyers.
I did.
No blame be to you, sir, for all was lost. But that the heavens fought for King himself, the army broken, the backs of Britain seemed flying for a straight lane, the enemy, full-hearted, lolling the tongue with slaughtering, struck down, some mortally, some slightly touched, some falling merely through fear. But that the straight pass was damned, with dead men hurt behind, and cowards living to die with length and shame.
Where was this lane?
Close by the battle, walled and ditched with turf, which gave advantage to an ancient soldier. He, with 2 striplings, cried to those that fled, "Our Britons dear die flying, not our men! Stand, stand!" And then began a stop in the chaser. A rout, confusion thick, forthwith they fly. Chickens, no longer eagles. Slaves, not victors. And now our cowards become the life of the need. Heavens, how they wound!
Indeed, 'tis strange chance. A narrow lane, an old man and 2 boys.
Will you rhyme upon it, and vent it for a mockery? Here is one. 2 boys, an old man, twice a boy a lane. Preserve the Britons was the Romans' bane.
Nay, be not angry, sir. Farewell.
Today, how many would have given their honours to have saved their carcasses? I am charmed in woe. Could not find death where I did hear him groan, nor feel him where he struck. Well, I will find him. I will resume the part I came in. Great the slaughter is here made by the Roman. Great the answer be Britons must take. For me, my ransom is death. On either side I come to spend my breath, which neither here I'll keep nor bear again, but end it by some means for Imogen.
Hooray! Jupiter be praised! Lucius is taken! 'Tis thought the old man and his sons were angels.
There was a 4th man in a silly habit gave the affront with them.
But none of them can be found. Stand. What is that?
A Roman.
Lay hands on him. The dog. A leg of Rome shall not return to tell what crows have picked them here. Bind him. Leave him for the king.
Most welcome bondage. for thou art away. I think to liberty, yet am I better than one that's sick of the gout, since he had rather groan so in perpetuity than be cured by death. Oh, the gods, is it enough I am sorry? For Inogen's dear life, take mine. Oh, Inogen, I'll speak to thee in silence.
And no more, thou thunder master, cast thy spite on mortal flies.
Thy crystal window ope, look out. No longer exercise upon a valiant race thy harsh and potent injuries.
Since Jupiter, our son is good, take off his miseries. Hath my poor boy done aught but well, whose face I never saw? I died while in the womb he stayed, attending nature's law.
Lucina lent me not her aid, but took me in my throes, that from me Posthumus was ripped, came crying amongst his foes.
And when once he was mature for man, in Britain, where was he who could stand up his parallel for worth and dignity?
With marriage, wherefore was he mocked? To be exiled and thrown from Leonarte's seat, and cast from her his dearest one, sweet Inogen.
Oh, why did you suffer Iachimo, slight thing of Italy, to taint his nobler heart and brain with needless jealousy? Oh, Inogen! And now, striking for our country's cause, he's bravely fought and won.
Great Jupiter, thou king of gods, 'tis thou must save our son. Peep through thy marble mansion's help, or we poor ghosts will cry to the shining synods of the god against thy deity.
Help, Jupiter!
We appeal,
and from thy justice fly!
No more, you petty spirits of region low, offend our hearing. Hush! How dare you go accuse the thunderer, whose bolts you know sky planted, batters all rebelling coasts? Whom best I love, I cross, to make my gift the more delayed, delighted. Be content, our low-laid son, our Godhead will uplift. Posthumous Leonatus' trials are spent, our jovial star reigned at his birth, and in our temple was he married. Rise and fade. He shall be lord of Lady Inogen, now happier both by their afflictions made. This tablet lay upon his breast, wherein our pleasure his full fortune doth confine. And so away! No further with your din express impatience, lest you stir up mine. Mount, eagle, to my palace crystalline.
Thanks, Jupiter. Away to be blessed. Let us prepare with care his great behest.
Sleep, thou, been a grandsire to me, and begot a father and a mother to me. What fairies haunt this ground? A book? Oh, rare one. Let thy effects follow as good as promise. When, as a lion's whelp shall, to himself unknown, without seeking find, and be embraced by a piece of tender air, and when from a stately cedar shall be lopped branches, which, being dead many years, shall after revive, be jointed to the old stock and freshly grow, and shall posthumous end his miseries. Britain be fortunate and flourish in peace and plenty. 'Tis still a dream. Or else, such stuff as madmen tongue and brain not. Well, be it what it is. The action of my life is like it, which I'll keep, if but for sympathy.
Come, sir! Are you ready for death?
Over-roasted, rather. Ready long ago.
Hanging's the word, mate. If you're ready for that, you're well cooked.
So if I prove a good feast for the spectators, the dish pays the shot.
A heavy reckoning for you, sir. But the comfort is you shall be called to no more payments. Fear no more tavern bills.
I am merrier to die than thou art to live.
Knock off his manacles. Bring the prisoner to the king.
Now brings good news. I am called to be made free.
There are very knaves desire to live for all he's a Roman. I would we were all of one mind, and that mind good.
Stand by my side, you whom the gods have made, preservers of my throne. And the poor soldier that so richly fought cannot be found?
Sire, he hath been searched amongst the living and the dead, but no sign of him.
To my grief, I am the heir of his reward. 'Tis now time to ask of whence you are. Report it.
Sir, in Cambria are we born, and gentlemen. Further to add, we are honest.
Bow your knees. Arise, my knights of the battle. I create you companions to our person, and will fit you with dignities becoming your estate. There's business in these faces. Why so sadly greet you our victory? You look more like Romans than of the court of Britain.
Hail, great king. To sour your happiness we must report. The queen is dead.
How ended she?
With horror madly dying. Her life, being cruel to the world, has concluded most cruel unto herself. What she confessed I will report, so please you.
Prithee say.
First, she confessed she never loved you. Only affected greatness got by you, not you. Married your royalty, was wife unto your place. Abhorred your person.
Well, she alone knew this. And but she spoke it dying, I'd not believe her lips in parting it. Proceed.
Your daughter, whom she bore in hand to love, she did confess was as a scorpion to her, whose life, but that her flight prevented it, she had ta'en off by poison.
Most delicate fiend. Who is can understand a woman? Is there more?
More, sir, and worse. She did confess she had for you a mortal mineral, which should waste you, and purposed by watching, weeping, kissing, to overcome you with her show, and so in time, when she had fitted you to her craft, to work her son into the adoption of the crown. But failing of her end by his strange absence, she grew shameless, desperate, repented the evil she hatched were not affected, so despairing, died.
Mine eyes were not at fault, for she was beautiful. My ears that heard her flattery, nor my heart that thought her like a sealing. It had been vicious to have mistrusted her. Heaven mend all. Ah, Caius, thou comest not now for tribute that the Britons have raised up. So think of your estate.
Consider, sir, the chance of war. The day was yours by accident. Had it gone with us, we should not, when the blood was cool, have threatened our prisoners with the sword. But since the gods will have it thus, that nothing but our lives may be called ransom, let it come. This only I would entreat. My boy, a Briton born, let him be ransomed. He had done no Briton harm, though he had served a Roman. Save him, sir, and spare no blood beside.
Have surely seen him. His favour is familiar to me. Boy, thou mayst live.
I humbly thank your highness.
And ask of Cymbeline what boon thou wilt, yea, though thou do demand the noblest prisoner 10.
I do not bid thee beg my life, good lad, yet I know thou wilt.
No, no, alack, there's other work in hand.
What wouldst thou, boy? Knowest him thou look'st on? Is he thy kin?
I'll tell you, sir, in private, if you please to give me hearing.
Aye, with all my heart, and lend my best attention. Come, speak free.
Is not this boy revived from death?
One son another not more resembles.
Same dead thing alive.
Creatures may be alike. If 'twere he, I'm sure he would have spoke to us.
But we saw him dead.
Be silent. Let's see further.
'Tis our mistress! And if she be living, let time go on from good to bad.
Come stand by my side. Make thy demand aloud. Sir, step you forth. Give answer to this boy and do it freely.
My boon is that this gentleman may render of whom he got that ring.
What's that to him?
Sir, that diamond upon your finger, say how came it you?
I am glad to be constrained to utter that which torments me to conceal. By villainy I got this ring. Wilt thou hear more, my lord?
All that belongs to this.
That paragon, thy daughter. Oh.
My daughter? What of her? Strive, man, and speak.
Upon a time, unhappy was the clock that struck the hour. It was in Rome, accursed the mansion where. 'Twas at a feast. Oh, would our viands had been poisoned. The good Posthumus, so sitting sadly, hearing us praise our
Come
love
to the
of
purpose.
All too soon I shall. This Posthumus, most like a noble lord that had a royal lover, took his hint, and not dispraising what we praised, began his mistress's picture.
Prithee, say!
Your daughter's chastity. There it begins. He spake of her as Diane, whereat I, wretch, made scruple, wagered with him, in suit to attain this ring by hers and mine adultery. Oh, away to Britain boast I. Well may you, sir, remember me at court. Mine Italian brain can operate most vilely for my purpose, and to be brief, my practice so prevailed that I returned with tokens, notes of pictures, her bracelet. Oh, cunning, how I got it. Nay, notes, marks about her person, whereupon methinks I see him yet.
Aye, so thou dost, Italian fiend. Ay me, most credulous fool. Thou king, send out for torturers ingenious. I am Posthumus, he that killed thy daughter. Nay, villain, like I lie, that caused a lesser villain than myself to do it. Oh, Imogen, my queen, my life, my wife, oh, Imogen, Imogen, Imogen!
Oh, peace, my lord! Here, here!
Oh, scornful page, there lie thy plot!
Oh, gentlemen, mine and your mistress! Oh, my lord Posthumus!
You ne'er killed Imogen till now. Help! Help, mine honoured lady!
Does the world go round?
Awake, my sweet mistress!
If this be so, the gods do mean to strike me to death with mortal joy.
How fares my mistress?
Oh, get thee from my sight. Thou gavest me poison.
Oh, that pouch I gave you, mistress. I had it from the Queen. I thought it was something precious. I had it from the Queen. The Queen!
New matter still?
It poisoned me.
Oh, gods! I left out one thing which the Queen confessed, which must have proved thee honest. If Bassanio have, said she, given his mistress that confection which I gave him for cordial, she is served as I would serve a rat.
What's this, Cornelius?
The Queen, sir, very oft importuned me to temper poisons for her. I, dreading her purpose, did compound for her certain stuffs which, ta'en, would seem to end all signs of life. Have you ta'en of it?
I did, for I was dead.
Oh, my boys, our error.
Why did you throw your wedded lady from you? Think that you were upon a rock and now throw me again.
Hang there like fruit, my soul to the tree die.
Oh no, my flesh, my child. Wilt thou speak to me?
Your blessing, sir.
My tears that fall prove holy water on thee. Imogen, thy mother's dead. Cloten, her son, is gone, we know not how nor where.
Sire, now that I am free from fear, I'll speak troth. The Lord Cloten came to me with his sword drawn, foamed at the mouth, and swore if I discovered not which way she was gone, it was my certain death. By accident, I had a feigned letter of my master's in my pocket, which directed him to seek her near to Milford. I further know not.
Let me end the story. I slew him there.
Valiant youth! Deny it again?
I have said it, and I did it.
He was a prince.
A most incivil one. The wrongs he did me were nothing prince-like. If he to provoke me with language that would make me spurn the sea, if it could so roar to me, a cut-off's head. And I'm right glad he's not standing here to tell this tale of mine.
I'm sorry for thee. By thine own tongue thou art condemned, and must endure our law. Thou art dead.
Stay, Sir King. This man is better than the man he slew, as well descended as thyself, and hath more of thee merited than a band of Clotens. Let him alone. My sons, I must frame a deadly tale.
Your danger, sir, is ours.
And our good his.
Have at it then. Thou hadst, great king, a subject called Belarius.
What of him? He is a banished traitor.
He it is that hath assumed this age. Indeed a banished man, I know not how a traitor.
Take him hence.
First, pay me for the nursing of thy sons.
Nursing of my sons?
Great sir, these boys are none of mine. They are yours, my liege. Their blood of your begetting.
How? My blood?
So sure as you your fathers. I, old Morgan, am that Belarius whom you sometime banished. Your pleasure was my least offence. Beaten for loyalty incited me to treason. I stole these princes, and for 20 years have I trained them up. But, gracious sir, here are your sons again.
I lost my children. If these be they, I know not how to wish a pair of worthier sons.
Be pleased a while. This gentleman, my Polydor, is true Guiderius. This gentleman, my Cadwal, Arviragus, your younger princely son. He, sir, was lapped in a most curious mantle wrought by his mother, which I can with ease produce.
Guiderius had upon his neck a mole, a star of wonder.
He hath it still. 'Tis nature's evidence now.
What am I? A mother to the birth of 3! Oh, Imogen! Thou hast lost by this a kingdom!
Oh no, my lord, I have 2 worlds by it. Oh, gentle brothers, have we thus met? Oh, you called me brother when I was but your sister. Ah, you brothers when you were so indeed.
Did you ever meet?
good lord.
And a first meeting loved, until he thought he died.
Oh, rare instinct. When shall I hear all through? How, where, and when? But nor's the time nor place for such long interrogatories. See, Posthumus hankers on Imogen, and she, like harmless lightning, throws her eye on him, her brothers, on me, her master, hitting each object with a joy. Let's quit this place and smoke the temple with our sacrifices. Thou art my brother, and will remain so ever.
You are my father too, and did relieve me to see this gracious season.
So, all overjoyed, save these in bonds. Let them be joyful too. The forlorn soldier that so nobly fought, he would have well become this place, and graced the thankings of a king.
I am, sir, the soldier that did company these three, in poor beseeming, and that I was he. Speak, Iachimo. I had you down and might have made you finish.
I am down again. But now my heavy conscience sinks my knee as then you're forced it. Take this life, beseech you, which I so often owe. But first, your ring. And here, the bracelet of the truest princess that ever swore her faith.
Kneel not to me. The power that I have on you is to spare you. The malice towards you, to forgive you. Live, and deal with others better.
Nobly doomed. We'll learn our freeness of a son-in-law. Pardons, the word to all.
You hold us, sir, as you did mean indeed to be our brother. Joy do we that you are.
Your servant, princes. Good my lord of Rome, call forth your soothsayer. As I slept, methought great Jupiter appeared to me, and when I waked, I found this label on my bosom. Let her show her skill in the construction.
Philomenia? Read and declare the meaning.
When as a lion's whelp shall, to himself unknown, without seeking find, and be embraced by a piece of tender air, and when from a stately cedar shall be lopped branches, which being dead many years, shall after revive, be jointed to the old stock and freshly grow, then shall Posthumus end his miseries, Britain be fortunate, and flourish in peace and plenty. Thou, Leonatus, art the lion's whelp, the piece of tender air, thy virtuous daughter, and this most constant wife, who, even now answering the letter of the oracle, unknown to you, unsought, were clipped about by this most tender air.
This hath some seeming.
The lofty cedar, royal Cymbeline, personates thee, and thy lopped branches point thy two sons forth, who by Bellaris stolen, for many years thought dead, art now revived, to the majestic cedar joined, whose issue promises Britain peace and plenty.
Well, my peace we will begin. And, Caius Lucius, we submit to Caesar to pay that wonted tribute, from the which we were dissuaded by our queen, on whom the heavens in justice, on her and hers, have laid heavy hand.
The fingers of the powers above do tune the harmony of this peace, for our princely eagle, the imperial Caesar, shall again unite his favour with the radiant Cymbeline, which shines here in the west.
Laud we the gods, and let our crooked smokes climb to their nostrils from our blessed altars. Publish we this peace to all our subjects. Set we forward, let a British and a Roman ensign wave friendly together. So to Ludstown march, and in the temple of great Jupiter our peace will ratify. Seal it with feasts. Set on there! Never was a war did cease ere bloody hands were washed with such a peace.
Hooray!